One of my fucking favorite things of this whole election cycle has been yesterday.
2 weeks ago, I signed an executive order banning men from playing in women's sports. But I understand Maine, is Maine here, the governor of Maine? No? Are you not going to comply with it?
I'm complying with state and federal laws.
We are the federal law. Well, you better do it. You better do it because you're not going to get any federal funding at all if you don't. And by the way, your population, even though it's somewhat liberal, although I did very well there, your population doesn't want men playing in women's sports. So you better comply because otherwise you're not getting any federal funding. Every state, good, I'll see you in court. I look forward to that. That should be a real easy one. And enjoy your life after governor because I don't think you'll be in elected politics.
Every politician thinks they're gangsta until they meet the real deal. She is in politics and she doesn't even know what federal means? Yeah, makes perfect sense. Bro, that turtleneck is clearly hiding her Adam's apple. And remember, gentlemen, when there is an apple, there will be a banana.
Kamala Harris did not lose this election because she's a woman. She lost this election because there were American families sitting there telling her how they couldn't afford to put food in their fridge, and her solution was to bring out Meg Thee Stallion to twerk on stage alongside just about every single one of P. Diddy's friends to endorse her.
You have me right. Con men, thieves, degenerates, lowlifes, thugs, criminals.
She lost this election because there were Americans who lost everything in an absolutely horrific hurricane, and she sat there telling them that $750 should be enough for them if they even qualify, while simultaneously funding illegal staying in 5-star hotels in New York City, receiving 3 meals a day provided to them by taxpayer dollars.
I'm Captain Obvious.
Isn't it funny that if you demonize a group of people long enough for merely existing, they might not want to vote for you?
These are facts.
You will no longer be able to sit there and bully Americans into voting for you.
This young woman is more qualified to be president than Kamala.
Hey, look at it. He's a racist.
How can I be racist?
He's a racist. If you voted for Trump, you're racist.
I hope you enjoyed that.
Oh, she took a tackle. She
Somebody! He needs some milk!
Gee willikers! Her run was just as good as Kamala Harris's campaign. Thank the heavens that the adults are back in charge now.
They love me everywhere I go. I'm gonna win. I'm Kamala Harris. I love it. She's flirting with me. Gay rights. Asians for Kamala, right?
Jesus said to the gay, I love you.
I love the gay.
We have to love people.
Over here. Get the Mexican. Yeah. Hi, boys. Oh, yeah. Asians for Kamala, right? Yeah. She looks like my mother. Do you think a woman is fit to be president?
No, I don't. No. We're too fucking emotional. Hell no.
I'm Asian as well. We're gonna end the evil Chinese Communist Party. Thank you so much. We're gonna explore. Thank you. I put down Kamala Harris because I'm Kamala Harris.
Our police are protecting pimps, and they call it milk money. They call that milk money.
You know, when I'm in office, I'm gonna take care of that. I swear to God, I'm gonna remember this conversation.
Right
wow,
there.
It's right above his penis.
This is Las Vegas.
Your belt buckle.
This is Las Vegas.
That it's small.
As I told her, you know why you stand with Trump? Because beautiful people stand with Trump.
Yeah, I stand with Trump because he's basically representing us, and everything that they're doing to him is what they can do to us. Yeah. And the system is broken. He's fighting for us, you know? So I like his policies. I like how he says it like it is.
Why do you stand with Trump?
I don't like him. He speaks the truth most of the time. I mean, he was the first president who didn't start a war. I mean, he kept the borders up for a reason. And since we haven't had him, more crime and rape has gone up. So
that's right. Thank you so much for your words. God bless you and God bless Trump.
You're goddamn right.
I know I'm not the only one that noticed this too. Conservative women are beautiful. No blue hair, no piercings, beautifully dressed and extremely well spoken.
Meanwhile,
why are y'all voting for Kamala Harris?
I don't want to lose my rights. Like, I'm a trans man and I'm gay and I have been pregnant and I've had an abortion before and I don't want to lose that. I'm afraid of not being able to be myself anymore because from what I've heard, Trump's America doesn't want me to look like this. That's why I'm here today and that's why I'm voting blue.
I've also been pregnant and had an abortion before. I was a minor and it would have been dangerous for me to
properly, like, it would have been dangerous for me to carry a baby with, like, personal reasons and everything. I also, like, I'm very, you know, alternative, and I feel like if Trump were to win, I wouldn't be able to, like, express myself through my looks and everything, and wouldn't be able to have the piercings or the dyed hair or the tattoos that I want. And, you know, I would be able to be myself. And my dad's very pro-Trump, and I'm just very pro-Kamala. Pro-Kamala. Yeah, I don't, you know, it's just...
Does that cause a divide at all?
Yeah, it definitely does. He thinks that Kamala's going to ruin the country.
All I gotta say, thank the heavens that Kamala didn't win.
You know, I think maybe one of the reasons why women are having a harder time with the vote is just his personality. I mean, that's the most common answer you hear from people is I just can't vote for him. And I don't think that's a good enough reason. You don't have to go to dinner with him. You just have to like the country that you live in. I am passionate because it feels like voting for Donald Trump is like the vote of reason. It's like the rational, reasonable choice. I feel like most of all, though, what this country could be if he gets into office with all of the amazing, brilliant people that are supporting him, I feel like it could not only make America great again, but make America greater than it's ever been.
I am actually not a Trump fan. I think that he is narcissistic, he's egotistical, he's cruel. I don't like the way that he treats people. However, when I heard that Biden was no longer going to run, I was so hopeful that we would have a stand-up person to represent our country, and it's not Kamala. One of our family members was talking to us about how he chose his surgeon, and he chose a very narcissistic surgeon who is very good at what he does. He said that he ended up making this choice not because he was kind, but because he was too egotistical to let himself fail on a life-threatening surgery. And I feel that way about Trump. I feel like even though, unfortunately, even though he is narcissistic, I feel like he is too egotistical not to protect our country, and protection is what we need right now.
You're voting for a boss, not a drinking buddy. You don't need to like him personally. It's his policies that count and matters the most. I mean, we're voting for the commander-in-chief of the United States of America, not a freaking prom queen, for crying out loud.
We're voting for you. We're rooting.
Thank you.
Oh my God.
Oh, you went full blown MAGA.
I did.
Where'd you have all this stuff?
My house.
Oh, you live close by.
I do.
Oh, all right. You want to shout out your socials? Are you like a...
I actually don't have social media.
Are you guys dating?
No.
I was about to say, bro, you got a wife.
What? He likes me.
I was gonna say you got a wife or girl with no social media. That's like that's a unicorn. Am I right?
Yeah.
What's your name?
Kate.
Adam. Nice to meet you. Thanks for wearing that here today. Prettiest girl here, Republican, of course.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. It's always the prettiest girl in the room. Is always a Republican.
Guys, I want to make this very clear. If you ever come across a girl like this, you need to wife her up expeditiously.
She is very gorgeous to me.
He didn't get an Emmy for his TV program 3 years in a row, and he started tweeting that the Emmys were rigged against him.
Should have gotten it.
This.
Vice President Biden, you are holding much smaller events with
nobody will show up.
People with.
Well, it's true. Nobody shows up to his rally.
He said back in 2006, gee, I hope it does collapse because then I can go in and buy some and make some money. Well, it did collapse.
That's called business, by the way.
It's just awfully good that someone with the temperament of Donald Trump is not in charge of the law in our country.
Yeah, because you'd be in jail.
It's amazing. I mentioned food stamps, and that guy who's seriously overweight went crazy.
By the way, I don't like this mic. Whoever the hell brought this mic system, don't be the son of a bitch to put it in, I'll tell you. These people. No, this mic is terrible. Stupid mic keeps popping. Do you hear that, George? Don't pay him. Don't pay him. You know, I believe in paying. But when somebody does a bad job, like this stupid mic, you shouldn't pay the bastard. Terrible.
His witty comebacks are legendary. Like, how could you not love this guy?
Swifties for Trump is real, y'all. Taylor Swift has had to cancel a couple of concerts because of the terrorist threats that come with open borders, and her fans are saying, yeah, maybe the guy who wanted to build a wall and the guy who wanted to like protect our nations and our countries, decide who's coming in, maybe that guy is for us. Maybe Orange Man good. And Swifties are posting videos all across the internet saying, we are for Donald Trump. Expect to see MAGA hats, pink MAGA hats maybe, at Taylor Swift's next concerts. Videos like these popping up in everyone's feed.
Voting Donald Trump, baby. Voting Donald Trump, baby. Voting Donald Trump, baby.
I respect women more than I respect men. Are the men insulted by that?
Voting Donald Trump, baby. Voting Donald Trump, baby.
I respect women. I love women. I cherish women.
Voting Donald Trump, baby. Voting Donald Trump, baby. Voting Donald Trump.
And Swifties even taking photos with Donald Trump and saying this.
I think this movement is super awesome, but also super important because it's no secret that millions of young female voters consider themselves Swifties. And we don't want them to have to choose between loving Taylor Swift and supporting their conservative values.
When Taylor Swift endorsed Kamala Harris on social media, it backfired because she lost millions of followers after this post. And I'm glad she did, because it just shows you that the American people are finally waking up. Now, if you're 18 and you're letting an entertainer decide who to vote for you, you need to grow up. I guarantee you, Taylor Swift will be the first one to complain if we dump tens of thousands of illegal immigrants into her upscale neighborhood.
He's a 10, but he voted for Biden.
He's a 0.
Why?
I really don't like Biden.
I hate your stinking guts.
How would you describe some of the guy's characteristics?
He's probably a pussy and he's probably not very smart. He's more than likely gay.
Damn! Would you rather protect women's rights or have lower taxes?
Have lower taxes.
Why?
Because I think women already have enough rights and our taxes are so.
You smart. You very smart.
I think that women are supposed to just be happy and like be able to be with their children and take care of their family.
All right, you heard it here first.
That's right, I said it.
It's my first year at Myrtle Beach Rally, so.
Don't scroll, this video is not gonna go the way you think it's gonna go.
Is it?
I'm really sick and tired of all of a sudden hearing girl power. Let's have a woman president. Correct me if I'm wrong, which I already know I am f***ing not. For almost 4 years, y'all have tried, well, y'all haven't tried, y'all actually done it, to take everything from women and everything that it is to be a woman, like the word mother and Mother's Day and sports, even tampon commercials. If Donald Trump gets elected, it's a threat to our democracy. Right. But your Democratic government, just putting somebody in the Democratic spot to race for the presidency without y'all choosing them is not okay. And not just that, it's somebody that y'all did not want back in 2020.
Oh my gosh. I must say, I can no longer judge a person based on their hair color anymore. The moment that Southern accent came out, I knew she was gonna start cooking. And just remember, the people who are telling you to vote for Kamala are the same ones who can't define what a woman is. Just saying.
Meanwhile,
my sister is trans, and she, it's like when someone's like talking about something that directly affects you and they have no skin in the game. None, nada, zero. Like, you know, it's different.
How do you feel about Israel and Palestine?
I mean, I don't think the genocide in Gaza is good.
Do you have skin in the game? So you're upset?
You're about a foreign war, and I'm talking about people's health care.
I'm talking about people's lives. So my mother lives in Israel. My sister, my brother, you have a really strong opinion about Israel. I'm applying your same argument back at you. You don't know what you're talking about. You've got no skin in the game. And
I'm okay.
okay. You see how that works?
Typical liberals. They run away when you use logic against them.
Run! Go! Get to the chopper!
Be in for a rude awakening when 60% of her paycheck is gone.
Not gonna lie, the DNC is so lit. Like, that was super popping last night. Like, DJ Cassidy killed it. They had Lil Jon there. This was fire. But I was thinking Kamala should have a new slogan. It should be, let's manipulate Americans into thinking that everything is all good and everything is just funny and laughs and jokes and like just cool ass music. And, you know, while war veterans are broke and there's so many homeless people in America and people can't afford groceries or rent or to even go out with their friends anymore and have a good time. Illegal migrants are getting so much money in food stamps, taking over our hotels and schools. People are dying in war. You know, that should be her new slogan. I think she should put that on a hat. Yeah, I think she should put that on a hat.
Keeping America poor is the new Democrat slogan. I would have never thought in a million years, out of all people, Amber Rose will be making more actual sense than actual politicians.
And I just want to say a very big hello to a special place, New York, and to an incredible arena, Madison Square Garden. Incredible. But I'm thrilled to be back in the city I love, and thousands of proud, hard-working American patriots. You're with me. We're all together. We've always been together. And I'd like to begin by asking a very simple question. Are you better off now than you were 4 years ago?
Donald Trump has been elected the 47th President of the United States of America through a free and fair election. To all of the women in America, I want to speak to those of you who find yourselves in a state of hopelessness at this time. Although this is not the outcome that we wanted, it's important to know that there are still good forces out there continuing the fight. You're still going to go to work today. You're still going to go to school. I know I am. Use this passion, use this energy to consider what you want to do to shape our country. This could mean getting into law, getting into medicine, getting into healthcare, journaling, public relations, law enforcement, and fighting for our rights from the inside out. There is a place in every single field to advocate for our freedom. The most important point is that we all come together and unite around the idea that the United States is still the freest country on this planet in the sense that we can make it what we want. And that is something worth fighting for.
I 1000% agree with her. Because if Kamala Harris had won, yes, I would have been upset. But I'm going to continue my daily life, go to the gym, create content, pay my bills, because that's what adults do. I'm not going to take out my tripod, put my phone on there, and start recording myself spazzing and freaking out on the internet for attention, because that's what immature adults do. Now, ladies and gentlemen, on that note, that's it for today's video. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe.
How many books have you written?
About 12 and
12
bestsellers.
Never a children's book, though, right?
Oh, I want to do that.
Okay. Because I would like to make $1 trillion or whatever it is that you have also. So I've ghostwritten a book that I put your name on, okay? And it's called Winners Aren't Losers. May I read it to you?
Yes, I like it.
Winners aren't losers. They're winners, like me. A loser's a loser. Which one will you be? The dog is a loser, and frankly, I pity it. This dog did bad deals. This dog is an idiot. This lobster's a loser. Throw him in the pot. I like a lobster who doesn't get caught. There are two kinds of people. Which one will you be? A loser like them? Would you like to finish? Or a winner?
Like me.